Chris Keyz. Check it out. I'm out here in North Carolina with my guy David Arnett.
What's going on there?
Check it out, guys. I mean, just like I mentioned in a previous video, we're trying to dive in deep into some Amazon, and a lot of people don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of people that's winning online, and it's not everybody that's on YouTube. Even though David do have a YouTube channel, I'm gonna go ahead and put his link down below. But David is one of those guys he's a beast. He's a silent killer. But we out here in North Carolina with him for a couple of days. We're really trying to get things more structured and down packed, because David right here, like I said, is a beast. So we're gonna be just doing a little quick interview, and I'm gonna show you guys like how he started and where he's at now, and everything that I've been getting from him. A lot of it is definitely mindset. Mindset, and not only that, just really trying to understand and perfect everything that you're putting into your business and trying to think outside the box. So let's do it. All right. So David, I want you to tell like your story of how you started, because a lot of people, when they see us on e-commerce, doing successful numbers and stuff, but not everybody that you see that's out there on YouTube or social media, whatever it is, that's doing what we're doing, nobody really tell them like their beginning stories. So just like as you guys are watching this, I don't want you to think that David just woke up one day and just started doing these crazy numbers on Amazon. He started somewhere, but I'm not gonna tell his story. I want David, you tell your story. How did you get started, like to get you where you at right now?
Awesome. So actually, about 4 years ago, I was working in a call center, and I just got tired of it. I was working late hours, too cheap, so I started doing eBay at the time. I would just find products inside stores that were selling more expensive online, purchase them, and just spend all my nights at the computer. And then it got to a point that I actually started doing really well. I started importing a lot of products, but I was still working a job, and then my whole evening really was continuously putting stuff, putting laser pens, for example, was my biggest seller, into a pouch all evening. And
so what you was doing basically was going to stores, finding products, purchasing the products in the store,
correct,
and reselling them online.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd go to the dollar store, find like 2 packs of laser pens, pull them out, sell them as a 1 pack for $4 or $5. And all day long I was packing things. Then before I left for my job, because I worked second shift, I'd stop by the post office, leave them. So literally had no life. And somebody introduced me to Amazon FBA, and the biggest difference was, like, if I sold 10,000 items on eBay, I'd have to individually ship 10,000, and at the time I was only doing like maybe 30, 50 a day, but that was still pretty time consuming. So with FBA, you buy all the items, send it to them, then they actually individually prep, pack, and ship it for you. So I was like, oh man, that would save me a lot of time. But I was very hesitant because didn't know anything about it, and Amazon's a lot different. Like eBay, you can sell the non-branded stuff, the cheap stuff. Amazon was really that platform that had the high quality items. So I was like, I got to do something a little bit different. I had found a little course on scanning stuff on your phone.
Okay.
But this was like 1 in the morning. None was open, so I just started scanning, or looking around the house for anything to scan. The only thing I had was my textbooks from college, so I ended up scanning those. I was like, oh wow, yeah. So that actually funded my startup, was my textbooks, and then I spent $113 at the dollar store. The very next day, that's all I was thinking about the whole next day was getting to the dollar store, scanning products, and from there, every day, every paycheck I got, whether it be from Amazon or from my job, I was just consistently in there scanning stuff. And from there, after a while, I learned what I was doing wrong and what I was doing good. I knew the prices that I needed to buy it for and the prices I needed to sell it for, but I didn't know what all sold. So after a while, I got more familiar with Amazon. Gives you a ton of data. So it really, once I knew what I was doing, it was over from there, because then, you know, I knew how much stuff would sell, how quickly it would sell, and I was ready to take that next step. I'd built, you know, a little small cash reserve, a couple grand. I was ready to do my first bulk purchase, so I started doing Macy's liquidation shoes, shoes and high-end clothing, stuff like that.
Golden nugget, guys.
Yes, so
liquidation.
And because liquidation allows you to buy a big share of stuff at a pretty cheap price. So I was, you know, hustling it on Amazon, what couldn't go on Amazon, eBay, and then, you know, from there it was just consistently contacting liquidation places. I would also contact other sellers to see if they needed inventory, because one of the big things that really skyrocketed me was not only, so I was really good at finding products where it didn't have a lot of capital, where, you know, there's a lot of people out there have a extra grand or two, but don't have the time to find the product. So, so I started working with a couple other sellers as well, providing them products, providing myself product. That just allowed me to bulk buy more so that I could get better pricing. Yeah. And that way they're making money, I'm making money. And that led into needing my first warehouse. I was working out of a 1-bedroom apartment, so I had 2 pallets of shoes coming. I had to get them.
He started from in his room, and now we're talking about he grew his business, where now he's getting a warehouse.
Yes, 60,000 square foot. So my whole apartment, not just the bedroom, but my whole apartment was
your warehouse?
About 600-700 square foot whenever I first started about 4 years ago. And it was funny, they would come and drop a lift gate, and I had 2 pallets of shoes that I had to take off the pallet, bring inside
your apartment,
stack them on top of my bed, you know, to separate out the stuff, and get them back out. The problem was, at the time I had a coupe car, like a 2-door Civic, and you know, shoes were going in the big boxes, so so that was a little interesting. But my first warehouse was only like 2,000 square foot, and I got it when I only had 4 pallets, just because I was like, okay, I think I'm ready for that. And from there, I was just really pushing. Every hour I wasn't working my job, I was at some kind of store, Walmart, Target, anywhere, just scanning stuff to find things. When Radio Shack went out of business, you know, I was in there looking at everything. Yeah, so that's kind of where I started. And you know, now things have adapted to manufacturer relationships, private label. You know, we're buying things by 3 pallets to a full truckload. And also, and you know, I've brought on workers.
Now basically you running the whole empire now.
Yeah, so it's grown a lot, and it's been a hard and stressful journey, but it's you know, it's been fun at the same time.
Paid off, of course. I mean, like I said, you know, many people, they would watch, you know, these videos, and they would think that everything was just given, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing, just from what you're saying, one thing that I always say too, everybody's journey is different, you know.
Exactly.
Just like for you, you know, you've been doing this for about 4 years, and you have grown, you know.
Oh yeah.
There's people who's been doing this for 7 years or 10 years or 20 years, and they probably haven't got the same growth that you got. But at the end of the day, like I said, everybody's journey is different. So it's like, if you have a vision and being consistent, your mindset has to be on it. And how bad do you want it, you know?
Correct.
So you could be able to push yourself to the next level. And David, I don't want to keep on praising him, but I got to, you know? But, okay, so like David, okay, so something like Amazon, right? Because, you know, not everybody's going to have the funds to be able to purchase like pallets and stuff. So what is something that you would recommend, like would be like a stepping stone, like a baby step for them to get into Amazon? Like,
absolutely. So everyone has a cell phone. You know, the easiest thing to do is go to your Play Store. Well, first go online and create a Amazon seller store, and then download the app on your cell phone, and start going into stores. Check the clearance aisle, go to dollar stores. You would be really surprised by the stuff that you can buy for $1 that's selling, $7 to $10 online. And you get a good wide variety. You get to learn, the baby steps. Thrift store books, used books at thrift stores. Pick them up for $1
and just resell
it. Check online for your local library sales. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, check your papers for outlet malls. Like places will have one-day sales, and
especially around holiday time.
Correct.
Like after Halloween is a big sale. After Thanksgiving is a big sale.
Correct.
After Christmas, you're right. So one thing, like I said, what made me take my time to come out here and meet up with David, the best thing to do when you're entering any type of business, and if it's something that you really want to excel in, the best thing to do is find a mentor. Find somebody that's doing better than you, and don't be afraid to invest in that on that person to help to help you gain more knowledge in what you have to do. Because remember, David already been through the roadblocks. He's been through the mountains that he had to try to figure out how to move, and from his experiences, now he has a proven process. He knows a proven process. So, if David, I mean, I don't know how much he charged for coaching. I might throw it down there too. But if David's charging you $100K for coaching, and mind you, I'm gonna say this, David is doing 7 figures monthly in multiple stores that he has combined together monthly, and he's doing about 8 figures a year. You understand? 8 figures a year. So like having access or knowing somebody that for sure, like I said, you want to find somebody that you trust. That's another thing, because we all know that there's a couple of phonies out there. But do your research. Find somebody that you trust, and don't be afraid to invest, even if it's 20, 30, 50K. The potentials that's going to come from that, So, let's show them a little bit of your numbers, we're going to check out one of his stores. We're going to see, I'll let him talk about it. But, let's go check it out. All right, guys. So right now we're inside of Dave's computer, and he's going to be sharing with us a couple of his numbers. And of course, we cut off some of the screen just so you guys don't get a little spyish. You know how the game goes. But yeah, Dave, so what we're looking at right now?
So we'll go back here to the front. So here's your seller dashboard. As you guys can see, it is definitely today, the November the 21st, last 30 days. And then we'll just do a year to date. And, this particular one, and as you can see, it's, on pretty steady growth from last year.
Oh, boy.
So I've done 6.1 million so far this year.
This is crazy.
And then, we can always go to some of the other stores.
Yeah, let's check out each other's stores.
Yeah, here's another one. And just get down here. Do another year to date.
Yeah.
And, there's another one. That one, substantial growth from last year.
And like I said, Dave is averaging about 7 figures a month.
Yeah.
Combined with his stores and doing 8 figures a year. So you're looking at everything live and direct. As you can see, there's no doubt about it that these are not screenshots. We're showing you everything live as we speak. This is crazy, man.
Yes, I mean, there's quite a few. Quite a few.
Let's show them one more account, because I know the way I'm drooling, there's probably somebody watching this drooling too.
Absolutely.
And you said this took you about 4 years to get this to where it's at right now.
Correct. Yeah. So
a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
A lot of headaches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long nights.
Oh yeah. So.
Oh boy.
You know, we have multiple different ones that serve different, different purposes, and
just so people could understand the type of like work that goes behind managing these accounts that's producing the numbers that it's producing. Like, do you have VAs as well that's working, with your stores?
Correct. Yeah. So
Yeah. How big is your team?
Yeah. So right now I actually employ employees in 4 different countries.
Mm-hmm.
So I have prep, pack, and prep and pack people here in the U.S. For a lot of my FBA lines. We have almost 60 employees in the Philippines right now. Mm-hmm. VAs that are consistently finding products for us. Consistently reaching out to manufacturers, finding products for drop shipping as well. They're finding, FBA products. They're evaluating the products to determine if they sell, if they do not sell, mm-hmm. The profit per SKU. Then I do have some Bangladesh for customer service, just to have 24-hour coverage. And then I have a China team for some of our private label brands. They're consistently reaching out to manufacturers to get the best pricing for our products.
And how much people do you have working in your warehouse now? And hold up, how big is the warehouse that we're currently in right now?
It's 60,000 square foot.
And you said you started off with what was your first warehouse?
My first warehouse was 2,000 square foot. Yeah, and then up to last year we had one. We had a warehouse that was about 12,000 square foot, and this year we took a big leap. To get 60,000 square foot, and it's filling in pretty quickly.
All right, so there you have it, guys. Dave, thank you. I really appreciate it, man. For having us here and showing us your warehouse. Not only that, showing us your numbers and telling your story. And I hope everybody that's watching this, I hope you find some type of inspiration from this. Like I said, it's not an easy road. But you got to start somewhere. That's the whole strategy to it. You got to start somewhere, having the right mindset. And if you're struggling and trying to figure things out, do your research, do your homework. Find somebody that's already successful in that. Invest in your knowledge, even if it's courses, whatever it is. You want to find someone that has a proven process and jump into it. So, like I said, I hope this is an inspiration for you all. I'm going to go ahead and drop down David link for his YouTube down below. Is it okay if I put your Facebook down there too?
Yeah, either way.
Alright, so I'll put his Facebook in there. You guys go ahead, ask some questions. Hopefully he has time to reach back out to you. But thank you guys for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe.